I mean, what do you do if you're the opponent here? All right, I'm gonna play Ren at 7. I'm just gonna keep gaining life. I know it's silly. I could be pumping up my team and doing more damage, but I genuinely want to see how much life I can gain by the end of this game. I think it'd be a lot of fun. All right, end our turn. We still haven't even hit our Invoke Despair yet, guys. Imagine we hit our Invoke Despair. Jeez. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are talking about a deck that goes big or it goes home flat out, and it has a plethora of win cons. We are talking about a Golgari ramp list, and today's idea is simple. We're going to be ramping up, and we're going to be playing non-stop beatdown win con type cards that you just have to answer, and if you don't, you end up dead really quick. So that's what we're doing today. Before I break this thing down though, if you are new here and you find any value in today's content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support this channel, and it goes a very long way, and I'd really appreciate it, guys. So thank you for that. And if you did that, and let's talk about the list, and then we'll get into the gameplay footage. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, we're trying to ramp up here. Ramping has been one of my favorite things to do recently. It's just, I mean, there's so many good, especially in Golgari, green and black cards that, you know, cost a lot but do some fantastic things. So I've been really fond of Field Trip since you know, Strixhaven came out. This is a great ramp card because not only on turn 3 are we going, you know, to cultivate essentially and get another land, we also get to learn, which opens up the sideboard, which is very, very helpful. So this is going to be our main ramp card. We want to try to see one of these in every single one of our starting hands if possible. If you can do that, you're in a pretty good spot. From there, we have Binding the Old Gods, which is going to be a removal tool for us. But not only that, it's going to fetch us preferably a snow land, because the snow lands, you can grab dual lands, and those dual lands, you know, act as a land that we can grab with binding, so we get more value out of the binding. So it's another type of removal spell, but it also kind of ramps us up to our bigger spells as well. Now, some of the ways we want to be able to get to our later spells without dying, obviously we're going to want a lot of removal. So we got 2 Bloodchief's Thirst for some early interaction, as well as a full play set of Power Word Kill. This is a card that I've also grown fond of over the recent times. It is a very, very good removal spell because it's a 2 mana instant speed, remove almost everything. You just kind of got to look at the meta and ask yourself, are we seeing a lot of clerics and angels decks? Are we seeing a lot of, is it dragons? The answer to me is no. So I think it's in a really good spot here. You're going to obviously see us get burned on it one time today, and that's because of the old Goldspan Dragon is still kind of hovering out there a little bit, but I still don't really see the Goldspan as much anymore. I just think the arena algorithm decided to get us today, but it's all good. We also have 4 Mihawk Massacres. This is going to be our sweeper of choice. It's the best sweeper in the world. Not only does it sweep the board, it also gains you a ton of life, and then also gains you value over time. So that's why we got a full play set of that. We've also splashed in 1 Haggard Mauling as a land, but also a removal tool. And then here's the fun part, guys. Here's where we get into all of our win cons, right? We have Tibalt's Cosmic Imposter. Well, how are we playing Tibalt if it's a Golgari list? Well, we have a failsafe because Binding the Old Gods, like I said before, can fetch dual lands, especially in snow. So we've splashed in 2 Highland Forests. It's going to get us a green source, but also it's going to splash our red for a Tibalt Cosmos Imposter. And then some other fun stuff is we got 3 Skeletal Swarmings as another win con. We've got Ren in 7 because we're ramping so much. We're going to get a massive Tree Folk. And here's my favorite card in the whole deck. This is the build around in most of my decks recently, is Glorious Sunrise. This thing is bonkers, man. If this thing hits the battlefield, you're gaining 3 life a turn, or you're drawing a card every turn. This thing, the value just never ever stops. And if you're going to give all your creatures 1/1 and trample, you can win the game very easily when you're talking about a big Tree Folk or a couple of Skeletal Swarmings out there. So this card is a must have in these ramp decks. It's so good. It also helps you ramp if you need it, if you got any bigger spells you want to cast. And then lastly, we have Invoke Despair, a full playset of just the funnest card, honestly, I think, that came out of Kamigawa. And so it's a lot of fun to play. I'm throwing it in here. I'm playing a full playset, and I'm going to annoy some people today. But that's the deck in a nutshell. We got 3 Hive of the Eye Tyrants as well, and then our full sideboard of learn cards. sorry, lesson cards, environmental sciences, 2 containment breaches because of a lot of enchantment stuff going around right now. And then we've got the introduction annihilation and 2 mascot exhibitions because we have so much mana. Why the heck not? But that's the deck breakdown, guys. We're gonna get into the gameplay footage now. I hope you enjoyed this, and then we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts on what we thought how we thought the deck played out. So we'll see you guys there at the end. Peace. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing the pain today. We are doing some Golgari stuff here today. Pretty fun control list that I've been able to string together a couple of wins with already. It has some splash. I mean, just a tiny splash of red in there for some Tibalt nonsense. The greatest planeswalker to ever live. All right, what do we got here? Opponent goes first. The Meat Hook massacres and power word kills definitely making me able to keep this, but this I was gonna say this not being black is a scary thing, but we draw into another black source, and our opponent's playing Is It. That's a color combination that you don't want to see when you're playing this deck. Might as well use the Valkyrie here and see what's up. Yep, there's nothing in their deck that's creature based at all, so these 3 cards are essentially dead. Not fun. It's just gonna be an Is It control deck. This is not the matchup we wanted, guys. This is about as worse of a matchup as you can ask for. Hopefully we can come out of this on top, but it's gonna be tough. Here comes the Dragon's Fire, I'm sure. No, they hang on to the Dragon's Fire, just waiting to counter something, I guess. All right, so most likely both of those saw it coming. Not gonna have a target for this, so might as well play it right now and just try to get the mana ramp off of it. Don't mind if they want to saw it coming either. That's kind of a win for us. If they want to waste the counter spell on this, that's fine. It's one less we have to deal with down the road. Dragon's Fire, I'm sure now, because we are tapped out. There's nothing for them to counter, so might as well the Dragon's Fire this, right? Or not. Okay. All right, we get a field trip. That's kind of nice. Let's grab the singular red source here. Let's attack and see if they want to use that Dragon's Fire yet, or anything really. They're just taking a beating for no reason. I'm really confused by that. Really confused, but oh well. Okay, they hit that with the saw coming. Interesting. I guess because of the learn mechanic. Now they Dragon's Fire after they've already taken the damage. I'll take that. I mean, we got a lot of damage through with that 2-1 that should not have gone through. We grabbed the Tibalt. Nice. Let's do it. Let's just hope we can try to resolve it at some point in this game. I'm going to probably crack a Field of Ruin here on their hall, because I'm sure they're going to drop a land here and try to attack with it. They've highlighted the hall a few times now, like they want to attack with it, but they do not, though, which is smart because it just means that it leaves us open to retaliate, you know, with something pretty big. So pretty smart not to crack that. All right, we got. All right, let's go ahead and get this countered and out of the way real quick. Let's get this countered. We know it's getting countered, so it's all good. As long as you know it doesn't hurt as bad when you get the salt coming hit. Wow, their last card was a Jawari Disruption. That actually does hurt. Remember when I said it doesn't hurt as bad when you know? That one hurt. That one hurt. This is an easy meat hook for us here as far as our choices go. Easiest meat hook. And a negate. Are you kidding me? Bruh. Okay, now I'm getting a little frustrated. We get hit with the Jawari and a negate as added counter magic. This person's running nothing but counter magic. That's crazy. Which is a terrible matchup for us. Saw it coming. Yep. How about this? Do you have a third? You have a third answer in a row. It looks like you have something, but Fading Hope could be just triggering that. Nice. All right, we're winning. Let's go. I like it. This is good stuff, man. We've eaten up most of their counter magic, I would hope. We've seen 2 Saw It Comings, 1 negate, 1 Jawari. We gotta imagine that we're out of the woods on the counter magic for a little while at least, unless their top decks are insane. All right, there's only 1 card we got to worry about now. Nice, it hits. Very nice. Now we can play Tibalt. And then Tibalt will win us the game. They say good game, which means to me that they don't have any answers. We Tibalt, we plus, and we just start getting a lot of card advantage. Hopefully some counter magic off the top of their deck would be pretty awesome. Nope, we get a dragon though. Get a dragon. Which means they do run creatures though, so the binding could hit something here. Goldspan Dragon could definitely be on the top deck here. That can bounce a permanent, right? Any permanent, return target artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to their owner's hand. Making me recast my Tibalt probably would have been a better play than just dropping that as a land. Unless they have an answer, of course, but I personally would have probably bounced Tibalt, make me replay it. All right, man, this is definitely a horrible matchup for us, and we still somehow are going to come out on top, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Not a bad top deck. Let's see though. Let's get all of our cards first before we decide what it is we want to do. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I can't lie. Took their Goldspan Dragon and they pop it right back into their hand. Makes sense. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're in attack step. I was like, why can't I play that? We're in the attack step, that's why. Dragon's Fire for 4. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and eat this despair, baby. Eat the despair. Okay, you found a negate off the top. Very nice. All right, that means Goldspan comes in here, hits our Tibalt, brings it down to 1. But that's not enough, unfortunately. You better hope your 2 cards in hand are something pretty spicy because... Okay, I guess it is pretty spicy. Spicy enough. All right, well, they turned that around pretty quick. Unfortunately for them, I just top decked another Tibalt. Might just see a scoop here, to be honest. This is a pretty debilitating thing to see hit the field after you just spent all that time, effort, and energy killing the first one. Still. Gets through, huh? Very nice. Another Dragon's Fire? Wait, how many have we tanked? 3, right? Oh, Shatter Skull Smashing though. Haven't tanked one of those yet. Alright. I guess I'll just beat you with your own dragon here. And how about a Skeletal Swarming? Ooh, okay. You're not gonna let me beat you with your own card. I respect that. I respect it. But that's a pretty scary thing to see hit the field though too. So Fading Hope, my 1/1 away. Okay. All right. Oh man, look at our hand. We were going to be able to double up on the Skeletal Swarming, attack it with a Hive. We could have played Despair. We had like 8 ways we could have beat him there. GG's. All right, so that first game was a little scary, you know, and we definitely were not prepared for an Izzet control deck, that's for sure. We definitely want to see a little more of a mid-rangey or creature build because we have so much removal in this deck, so it was a little scary, but we were able to get the job done. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with the outcome of that. That was pretty awesome. So this hand is a keepable situation. We keep hitting land to get to our Invoke Despair. We're going to be in pretty good shape. Okay, right away, showing us some very unique deck building here. I'm going to hold out the Power Word Kill for instant speed because they might try to get used to this Magecraft. Wait, is this Magecraft spells that you cast target a creature costs 2 less to cast? Okay, that's actually not Magecraft. I thought that was the Magecraft Silver Quill. Okay. I'm gonna let that hit me for now. All right, we're gonna Blood Chief's Thirst that. I changed my mind. I thought this card did something differently, but now we have Power Word Kill ready to go at instant speed as well. So let's see if we can get this to resolve. Nice. Okay, so they were trying to give indestructibility there, so they're trying to protect it. Probably got a lot of protection spells, I would assume. Not sure though. Gonna prioritize black mana all day here. Would love to play the Binding just to play it for you know, the land, but okay, they were not prepared for me to remove that creature off the field, so seems like a pretty easy win there. GG. All right, well that was a little silly. if your only win con was you know, the one creature in hand and you weren't able to get it done, you shouldn't have to scoop. That seems like a bad plan to me, but oh well. All right, so this is an interesting start. We've got the mana's kind of awkward, but we have the Field Trip. Field Trip should be able to get us going here. When it's running red. Red and blue. Uh-oh, here we go again. Here we go again. You hate to see it. Will I get Jawari disrupted? Probably. I can't take the chance. I really need this Field Trip to hit. Gosh darn it, man. What is with all the Izzets? The algorithm is such a silly thing, man. You know what? We're gonna go Valky here. I don't like it. I don't like throwing away a Valky for, you know, its creature side. Especially against Izzet control, it's not very good, but I do need to see what's in their hand. I can't keep playing around things that may or may not be there, like Jawari Disruption. Alright, I still get to look at their hand though. Alright, so there was no Jawari Disruption. I should have went for the Field of... Oh, gosh darn it. This scares me because it means that's a mill deck more than likely. Oh, brother. So I got to get him dead ASAP. That's the plan here. Get him dead really fast because we are going to get milled out here. And we are not prepared for a mill deck, that's for sure. All right, let's ramp up here. And if we're trying to get him dead, we're looking for Mascot here. We did not have the hand for a mill deck, that's for sure. Too much removal going on here for nothing. All right, Galvanic Iteration into what? Maddening Cacophony? Oh, they actually have all this treasure. I didn't even realize Tasha's Hideous Laughter would be pretty brutal. Oh, but they go for Unexpected Windfall. Okay. It's not great. I know it sounded like I might be like a little excited there, but it's not great. All that treasure and the ability to copy now is in for the flashback spot. Not great. But I can activate my Hive and exile their Galvanic Iteration, and that could end up saving my butt pretty well here. Let's try it. Dragon's Fire's coming down though. Yep, had to try though. We got him to eat up some treasure, which is kind of nice, but yeah, it is what it is. We had to try to get rid of that galvanic iteration from the yard. All right, so what are the odds they have another one? How much do I want to keep losing my lands? That's the big question here. I don't know. I don't think we can beat Mill, if I'm being honest. I don't know, man. Memory Deluge, like, they're playing a lot of weird things that make me think it's not Mill, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Mill. Hard to put him on it right now, but all right. I don't want to play Mascot Exhibition because they're just going to blow it all up. So just got to, I think, keep activating the Hive until we can land a few shots with it. This is not fun, that's for sure. Just did not anticipate seeing is it every game. That's nice. I'm playing that. No hesitation. I am 100% playing this. My tree folk should be big enough to avoid any sort of burn spells. They're going to need a Fading Hope in order to get rid of it, which I'm sure they're going to have, because why not? Because why not, right? Because why not, right? Oh man, this is the perfect counter to our deck. It really is. Sure. Down to 4 cards in hand. I'm sure they have a Memory Deluge ready to go. Or Unexpected Windfall. Yikes. Let's give it a shot here. Probably gonna get your Warrior Disrupted though. They've drawn so many cards, I would imagine. There it is. All right, it is what it is, guys. I mean, we took down the first one, so that felt pretty good, but 2 in a row, just too much to deal with. It's too much bang for the buck, man. They have too many answers. There's a negate. All right, and they elect to not bounce anything. We can kill the Hull Breaker though, which does feel pretty good, because if we could take out their win cons, yeah, that feels pretty awesome. But Expressive Iteration. Into a Fading Hope. That's pretty good. That means they lost value there on that iteration. Another Hull Breaker Horror. Okay. Right into another answer of ours. I like that. Keep those coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take care of their Memory Deluge. Oh my gosh. Are we actually going to pull this off? I'm getting really excited right now, guys. I can't lie. I'm getting very excited right now. They're down to 2 cards in hand. Oh no. Don't tell me. Unexpected Windfall or Memory Deluge. Actually, Memory Deluge is fine. Unexpected Windfall is not fine. Oh my god. The absolute nuts. They had the absolute nuts. Crazy. Actually crazy, guys. All right. See if this sticks. That would be nice if it does. 1, 2, 3. I can't activate the Hive, unfortunately. All right, they get a negate. Why not? Gosh, we were doing so well too. We almost had. Dude, we got him down to 2 cards in hand. Oh my goodness. This one stings. This one stings because we actually almost took out our natural enemy again. Almost. Almost. Maybe. This might be able to get us there if it doesn't get countered, of course. Let's put some pressure on him a little bit. I don't think they're going to be able to get stuff back from the graveyard, but you never know. Hive might be able to eat up some stuff here. Okay. That's a negative Ghost Rider, but we get 2 skeletons. That's pretty cool. So that kind of speeds up the process a little bit. I mean, you're saying there's a chance, but it's a very small chance because of their ability to sweep the board. All right, we're definitely taking these just in case. Very, very much in a just in case situation, but. All right, get another skeleton, puts us at potentially lethal here. So if they attack him with their gold span, they're leaving themselves open. Spikefield Hazard's fine. I mean, we still got the Hive. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough though. Shoot. They officially are winning the race now. I need something off the top here. Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding. You give me removal, and of course it's... I feel like the game just trolled me right there. Like, they just gave me the one removal spell that I can't cast against their creature. Oh, that's hilarious. Real funny, Magic. Real funny. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, we almost had him, guys. Believe it or not, we were very, very close to beating this opponent here, and I'm pretty happy with how that went. I mean, aside from them getting the nuts on that copy of the Unexpected Windfall, pretty happy with how that went. All right, I would really like to see a matchup that's not Izzet Control. One time for the one time. Just give me something decent that I can showcase the deck off a little bit. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, by the way. Thanks for watching the channel today, man. Thanks for watching today's video. It means the world to me. Oh boy. Got the power word kill. Wow, it requires too much mana to draw into. This just got way worse, I guess. All right, we get a bad start here, but we do have the field trip that could potentially save our skins here. And we're playing mono black. Okay, again, not another great matchup, but you know what? It's better than Izzet, so I'll take it. I don't know. I guess I just kind of want to see those, you know, runes and Selesnya type decks and stuff like that, or just like mono white, mono green. You know, any sort of traditional aggro, mid range, whatever type decks. I feel like all of our removal would go really far with those matchups. I'd also like to get Tibalt down this game. That'd be fun. I don't know. I don't really know yet. Obviously they're gonna have planeswalker, so having that exile ability with annihilation would be pretty cool, but I have binding, so that should take care of that, no problem. Ooh, I'm gonna get this down now. I'm gonna get this down now because it's gonna be really hard to remove, and it's so early in the game. We're only at 18 life. Like, we're gonna be collecting skeletons like it's going out of style. This should be good. This should be very good. And they do a desperation deadly dispute, which only gives me one more skeleton and speeds up my process, which is pretty crazy that they would give that to me. Oh yeah, they're toast. If they're activating the hive here, they're toast. All right, I'm gonna go for this. I need the mana. I want to get to my Tibalt if possible. It also slows them down. They did miss a land drop recently, so that should help a lot with keeping them contained. We're probably gonna see a blood chief or a blood on the snow here, no matter what. Though they do have the 6 mana, so what would they get back though? Nothing. Okay, so it's a meat hook instead. Fair enough. Another field trip. That's pretty good. Field trip's pretty sweet. Let's grab Containment Breach maybe? I think Containment Breach just because I really want to get rid of that, and that way my Meat Hook Massacre can kind of go off and theirs can't. Yeah. That way we can kind of counteract their Meat Hook as well. We can kind of we can gain the life when they're dealing the damage. That way we're not taking any additional. And then we'll Containment Breach their Meat Hook Massacre so we can start gaining that advantage. But next turn we get a Tibalt down, which is pretty cool. We can minus and take care of that eye twitch. Ooh, another Tibalt. Don't mind if I do. All right, let's see if they have any sort of action for this. No? Interesting. All right, let's go Tibalts. I think I'm gonna plus Tibalt actually. Because if I minus, I'm opening myself up to that hive attack. So I'm going to go ahead and plus Tibalt. Let's get some card advantage here. Nice. So we get a Sunrise. Sunrise is going to be nice. Gains us a ton of life. I don't mind the Shambling Ghast either. It's not a terrible card to top deck. What's their answer to Tibalt? Probably Blood on the Snow, I would assume. But yeah. It's fine. That is fine. No cards from the graveyard to come back, so I mean we'll take that value all day. I think I'm still gonna Containment Breach this, so I'm gonna play this as a land. I think that's fine. And let's do it now. Let's gain some life. Easy peasy, man. We're looking really good. We got Tibalt still in hand. We also still have a Mascot Exhibition in hand. We should be able to run through our opponent no problem here. I don't foresee a way for them to come back, but you never know. There's a Mascot for them. They're trying to play defensively now. We have Power Word Kill for one of those creatures. I can start drawing cards now too with the Glorious Sunrise, which is pretty cool because all of our creatures are bigger than 3. Just kidding. There goes our creatures. All right, Meat Hook doing a pretty good job of keeping us at bay here, that's for sure. It's fine though. They can't cast the Mascot, so I'll take that. Plus we get gained to 3 life back every turn with the Glorious. So the Hive, all it's doing is just kind of eating up my graveyard, which is annoying, don't get me wrong. Very annoying. Tibalt's in again. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Ooh, Village Rites and another Glorious Sunrise. I'll play the Shambling Ghast. That gives me a target for the Village Rites, and we'll gain 3 life. Feels pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I could have Village Rites the Shambling Ghast this turn in order to get 2 skeletons, but I think it's fine to play a little more defensively. We'll see. I can't stop a Hive though, unfortunately. It's just gonna come in and do what it wants to do. Could have held up Power Word Kill for it, but I don't know. I guess you could say I could have done a lot of things differently, but Blood on the Snow again? That's annoying. That's annoying. So we had to deal with 2 Meat Hook Massacres and 2 Blood on the Snows. They are just sweeping the board over and over and over. Eventually they're gonna run out though, guys. Eventually they'll run out. Let's go ahead and Village Rites here. We don't need a treasure. We got plenty of mana. Plenty of mana. Get rid of their Eye Twitch. See what they want to grab here. I'm sure it's going to be another Mascot or something like that. Ooh, okay. Planeswalker or creature exile, huh? Well, I wonder which one it will be. Are you going to take the creature or the planeswalker? I think I'm going to play this actually. And hold up my power word kill. I think that's totally fine. You can't really beat somebody who's gaining 6 life a turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a fun game. Let's play how much life can I gain before the end of the game. Oh man, look at this board state we have here. It is disgusting. And then we still have a Ren and 7 in hand. Brutal. Okay. If you want to lose your lands, bring them down. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. They're not gonna be my friend after this game, that's for sure. How about your other hive? You want that to go too? Why the heck not? I mean, what do you do if you're the opponent here? All right, I'm gonna play Ren at 7. I'm just gonna keep gaining life. I know it's silly. I could be pumping up my team and doing more damage, but I genuinely want to see how much life I can gain by the end of this game. I think it'd be a lot of fun. All right, end our turn. We still haven't even hit our Invoke Despair yet, guys. Imagine we hit our Invoke Despair. Jeez. What in the world are they gonna do about this? Another Blood on the Snow would be annoying, but it would it still wouldn't be enough to get him there. And they could exile my Ren. A little frustrating. Looks like they're looking at the 10/10 instead of the Ren and 7 potentially for here for the Necrotic Fumes. It is a tough decision, I can't lie. It's a very tough decision. Like, what do you do here? I do have the Glorious Sunset though, so it's gonna give a trample to my things, which is gonna be brutal. They just can give my 10/10 basically lethal here. They're gonna need a Necrotic Fumes. Oh, they have a Blood on the Snow, you savages. Sorry if you guys just heard that. My son and his cousins are being loud outside the door. All right. Resolve all, sure. Well, that's annoying. They just undid all the fun stuff that I wanted to do here. Let's go with the mascot. And let's just gain some more life because we can. You know, cool 37. A cool 37 life. And we've got all these tokens here. Just about to pop off. 2 Meat Hook Massacres doesn't exactly do anything for us, but it is what it is. They're doing a good job though. I mean, I respect the play lines they've been taking here because they could now exile my Ren and 7 here with Necrotic Fumes. And then also take out my 2/1. Which then puts them in a position where they're not exactly dead just yet. You never know. They might be able to pull something out here, man. They're doing a good job. If they have a land, they can get a mascot exhibition. That would be even better. Or did they already play a land? They probably already played a land. All right, this isn't good. Let's sacrifice you. You. So they get their Invoke Despair. We just need to find ours. Because what's fair is fair, you know? We deserve one too. Nope, no Invoke Despair, but we get a Meat Hook Massacre of our own. Do it for 1, get rid of the skeleton. They could also kill our 2/1, which would be a little annoying, but it's fine. I think what I'm going to do on the attack step here this time, though, is I'm going to draw 2 cards. Man, what a grindy game, huh? That's what Mono Black does. It's all about the grind. Let's draw 2 cards. Invoke Despair. Let's go. Okay, I don't think I'm going to activate the Hive here because I would rather do the Invoke Despair play because it takes care of their Meat Hook Massacre, because that thing has got to go. All right. They're down to 6. They could play a mascot to stay alive. I'm actually really happy with how well they're doing and how much they're staying in this. It's a very fun game. I don't want it to end just yet. I'm having a really good time. But the sunset, I mean, the glorious sunrises, you can't do anything about those. Then you're gonna lose every time, man. Like, okay, pretty brutal. Also pretty brutal that I keep drawing Meat Hook Massacres. All right, we're gonna attack with all here. We might just Meat Hook Massacre the board. So let's just draw another couple of cards. Not bad. Attack in. Excuse me. I'm actually pretty surprised that my allergies are holding up as well as they are right now. I'm not going crazy because they typically would be going nuts right about now. It's been so windy the last couple of days here. All right, so they get to eye twitch a couple of times. Also, the Meat Hook just obliterates them. And unfortunately, we are going to win the game here. Feels bad, man. I would have really liked to prolong this game even further, but you know what? 38 life to 0 feels pretty solid. Oh man, another Invoke Despair. I mean, look at our hand. Holy GG's, man. GG's, that was fun. All right, this will be our last game for the video, and we'll break it down after this one, and we'll talk about the deck a little bit and what we might want to make changes on. But let's hope we have another clean victory like that last one. That was a ton of fun. All right, 2 field trips in hand. Snap keep. You don't have to convince me on that one. No convincing needed here. Ooh, that's not good. Pretty early for that. Okay. Invoke Despair. We're gonna have to get there quick, man. Gotta get there quick. Oh, they don't play anything this turn. That's actually big. Big. Which means we do get an Invoke Despair off this next turn. This could be actually really solid for us in this matchup. Wait, did they not hit a land drop last turn? They kept the 1 land hand. Oh, they're gonna regret that. They are gonna regret that bad. All right. Here comes the fun already. Just dropping an Invoke Despair on their 2 creature board. It's a tough decision for them here because both these creatures do get a lot of value over time. I'd prefer them obviously to take the Kami. Nice, I get the Kami dead. Let's go. Back-to-back Invoke Despair seems pretty fun. And they play another Visitor? That's kind of odd. Still no enchantments yet. All right, Invoke Despair again. Easy Visitor kill. A lot of damage, more cards. And we find a Valky off the top. That's going to be really good. We don't need the second red source. Yeah, they say good game. I'll give them a good game back. Yeah, it's pretty much over. They had way too slow of a start. Their start was way too slow. Because now I'm going to be taking their Visitor with the Tibalt. And they have no board state for their enchantment to then, you know, pump. So they get no value from their Saga. And I have a Tibalt that needs to be answered, which they can Banishing Light type effect on it. But they don't have it. They don't have it, and I have a Containment Breach. Feels bad, man. This is an utter beatdown, honestly. This has got to be, yeah, this has got to be the worst beatdown I've ever seen. Good games, my friend. Good games. All right, that's gonna do it for today's gameplay portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I had so much fun with this deck. Man, some of these games I just did not want to end. Like, once you've got all your enchantments and finishing combos on the battlefield, you just want those that value to just keep stacking and stacking and stacking, and it's just, you never want it to end. And it's so much fun, man. But we are going to break it down and talk about things that maybe you might want to potentially change out. Before I do that though, just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's made it this far into the video. It does help a lot, more than you might know, with the algorithm here on YouTube. So thank you so much for helping the videos by staying this long. A huge shout out to you guys. With that being said, let's talk about it. I really enjoyed it. I feel like there were some times, maybe not in the video, but also in playtesting, I kind of take the whole pool of things. There were some times where it felt a little awkward that I had so many, spells that cost 5 in my hand or 4, and we weren't drawing into our cheaper spells early on. And I do think that our heavy hitters do kind of outweigh how much we have down low. So maybe we want to try to curve out a little bit better as far as like early removal, maybe upping our Blood Chief's Thirst to like 4, and maybe cutting back on some of these win cons. Maybe Invoke the Spirit we could do one less of. That's another card where I kind of like, I also felt kind of weird about, because Invoke Despair costs 4 black, right? And so it gets a little tricky when you're trying to run technically 3 colors in a deck. It's kind of hard for Invoke Despair to hit, especially when your ramp cards tell you to fetch forests on both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could get a little awkward. So Invoke Despair can definitely probably be cut back down to 3. I do still think it has a place in the deck. You've seen this thing pop off a couple of times, and it never really got us into a spot where I had it in hand and I was like, man, this is going to be uncastable for the next 20 turns. It almost always is able to be casted as long as you're prioritizing that black source coming down over the green, like when you get, the pathways and whatnot. But the rest of the deck, I think, performed extremely well. Having as many win cons as we do might seem a little clunky, but it presented threats after threats after threats that our opponent just either had to answer or they would lose the game. And there were so many different variations of threats that win us the game, with planeswalkers, enchantments, sorcery spells. Like, you can't answer all of that. Your deck's not prepared for all of those things, which is really nice. You saw how bad our matchup is against Izzet and controlled matchups though, because we do have so much removal to try to keep us alive to get to the late game with these bigger spells, that you are going to get chewed up by those control decks, because they do run counter spells, and so they just kind of sit back while your removal spells do nothing, and they just counter your big spells and they win the game. So we are a more of a mid-range type deck, and I wish there was a way we can kind of combat that. I mean, there is kind of ways you can do it to combat, those control decks. You can add in things like duress to this deck or some hand hate. So just something to consider if you want to make it a little bit more balanced. But then in a lot of matchups here, your hand hate might not actually work out so well. But I do think duress is actually in a pretty good spot right now, more so than it has been in a long time. So might be worth a consideration. But either way, that's my breakdown of the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any ideas on how to make this thing any better, as always, leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on the deck and what you guys thought. But that's going to do it for me, man. Before I hop out of here, huge shout out as always goes to the Mardu Mob, man. I really appreciate all of you guys part of the Mardu Mob. The Mardu Mob, if you're not familiar with it, they are a group of people here that have joined the membership program on the channel and help support the channel, not only financially, but they're also some of the greatest people here in the community, man. They're very, very kind and generous and just very, very uplifting people. And just thank you to them, as always, at the end of every one of my videos. If you guys want to become part of the Mardu Mob, you can join by hitting the join button down below or the link in the description. But that's gonna do it, guys. Yeah, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys on the next one on Wednesday. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't